Hello, welcome to another video from Payara. So this time we've got Mert Caliskan, who is going to come and tell us a little bit about his Healthcheck service that he wrote for Payara in the latest release. So Mert is based in Turkey, so we're doing this remotely using Google Hangouts. So I'm going to ask him a few questions now about the Healthcheck service, how he's put it together. So, Mert, over to you then. Do you want to tell us what the Healthcheck service is to start with?
Oh, thanks, Mike. The Healthcheck Service is the new series of checker services that we provided with the Payara Server 161 release, which helps monitoring the server resources from CPU usage to memory usage, the hot threads, the garbage collector, and stuff like that. So, the Healthcheck provides a built-in checker mechanism for monitoring the CPUs, the memory usage on the server, and how frequent your garbage collector kicks in per young or old generation, and for the list of threads that are being hopped within the server.
Excellent, that's really useful. So a lot of times, from my perspective as a non-developer who does a lot of stuff with operations, that's the sort of thing that is really useful to get a lot of in-depth knowledge about any sort of issue that you might have in production. So you mentioned that you can get CPU and memory usage metrics, Matt. So how granular are these metrics that we can get? How deep can we get into the metrics that they're giving?
For the percentage, we are printing out the percentage as bit fractions, and for the memory usages, we are printing out the memory usage in megabytes or gigabytes, how it's being used by the server.
Okay, great. So I guess the important thing to ask is, now that we've got this option to get some metrics out of things, how do I actually go about using it? Well, obviously, it's a little bit difficult to get across exactly how to do things just with a video, but yeah. Approximately, how can we use it?
Well, the config is all documented, and it can be configured from the domain.xml, or we can just certain comments and configure it from scratch. So there are two types of checkers: the base checker, where you can enable, disable the checking mechanism, and you can define the interval and the type of the execution. For instance, you can say like 3 seconds or 500 milliseconds. And the other types of checkers are the one with threshold configurations, where you can define the percentage for the critical, warning, and good severity values. So these types of checkers that I mentioned can be configured through domain.xml, and you can do it from scratch in the ASAdmin comments.
Okay, great. So that's an awful lot of information that we can get out of things. I really like how controllable it is in terms of the time, the kind of level of the duration between each different checker. So if we can collect these data and all these different metrics so frequently, is this safe for production? Is this something that we want to be running in a production system, or is it something that we just want to keep for development?
So we implemented checkers asynchronously, so they are not interfering any code with the applications that are being deployed on the server. So we are collecting the data from the management, and we can say that they are not interfering with your real application that is being deployed. So it's more effective for sure that the intervals kept long range, like minutes or an hour for say, and I can say that it's production ready, and it's not blocking any code that is being executed by any application.
Well, that's good news. I mean, that's quite a good point, actually. If you can control how frequently it collects data, you can just set the frequency to be a bit less often. So that's good. Yeah. Finally, just the last thing that I wanted to ask about, is there anything else to look forward to in later versions? Obviously, as we record this, we are right on the cusp of another new release. So the Payara 162 release is out very shortly, in less than a month's time. So is there anything that we can look forward to in that release, Matt?
We implement a new checker for the 1.6.2 release, the connection pool checker, where you can collect statistics for the connection pools and inform the upstream when a defined threshold values exceeded per connection pool or for all connection pools. So this is the new checker that we have with the latest release. And we are also thinking about, actually we are in the middle of creating a new notification services where you can integrate the health check system with various notification mechanisms, like from Slack to JMS to email or to log itself. So it's gonna get better, and we'll have lots of new cool features with the latest release.
Excellent. So, well, you've heard it here first. Next release, we've got another checker to look forward to for the connection pools, and also a new notification service, so you can bother all your teammates over Slack with production details. Okay, so thanks very much, Matt, and I'm sure we'll speak to you again with another video fairly soon.
Thanks, Matt.